Have you ever noticed how quickly a man loses himself when he tries to earn a woman who never asked him to? He makes a step, then another, and then suddenly realizes he is standing in an empty space, where every effort dissolves like Avring's brow to a temple that never existed, just because this is where your pain begins. You breathe, the more you give, the more she will love you, and you don't notice how slowly you stop loving yourself. You replace strength with need, honor with fear, clarity with illusion that sacrifice will save you to combat a woman is chaos. Not destructive, not cruel, living chaos. And chaos never respects the one who chooses to become so entertaining and necessary to listy and classy. I'm a woman, and I know something most will never say out loud. A woman feels a man deeper than he feels himself. When he bends, she says it first. When he loses order, she loses peace. When he stops being himself, she stops being there to tate. I will give you through the that return a man to it is action, it is firmness, it is right to choose instead of begging. This is not about women. This is about you, and who you become when you stop living in need to destroy your order for choice. You don't realize how fast a man vows when he tries to tame someone else's storm at the coast of which is on silence to a woman brings chaos by nature, movement, doubt, emotion, contrast. A man brings order, not coldness, but in structure, where every thought stands like a stone placed by ancient chins to when you break that structure just to secure momentum storm, you better your foundation. And to feel that better more sharply than anything you say to Katia always starts the same way, a sharp phrase, and something inside you flinches. A demand for understanding, which really means surrounded, and you give him because you feel losing for a while, to combat the essence kindness in this. She sees weakness. And weakness becomes your new name that shows tests orders away when tests the strength of a wall. Is a wall collapses at the first blow, it inspires need to sit in our respect. A woman will press, gently, harshly, emotionally, not to break you, but to see if you can be trusted. To see if you are a structure she can lean on. To see if she belongs with you and when a man keeps giving in. He takes ages power and lays it at your feet, hoping she will appreciate the offering. But she never asked for sacrifice. She is for a man to a kind, attentive, soft when needed, yes, but grounded, rooted, unshakable in the place where each is life stands. If you destroy your foundation, you erase yourself. And she feels a timid attila. The way an animal senses blood, you must remain a structure. And is round to which your storm can revolve and return T-balance. If you dissolve into her storm, your body disappearing a single law never fails. A man who destroys each order for a woman loses both the order and the woman you can listen, support, embrace. But your boundaries, your road, your decisions are yours. And when she sees that you stand, she stops testing. A woman respects only the one who respects himself. Your life is your temple. No one has the right to ruin it, not even someone you love to sacrifice your principles to protect your emotions. A single tear or a raised voice can make your inner laws tremble, as if you must peel your skin out just to stop your pain. But a man who betrays his principles for emotion dissolves at the very moment he thinks he is saving the relationship to your emotions out. Warm, cold, calm, stormy. But without always a container. If a man has no form, no boundary, no internal law, the water turns him into soft clay and she molds him. Not maliciously, instinctively. But she hates what she molds to your vicinity. She cries, blames, storms the, and you break your nerve to save harmony. But harmony bought at the price of your truth is dead. She feels guilty. You feel weak. Weakness turns into irritation, irritation into cold, cold into distance. A man is made to hold the line. A woman is made to test it. This is not gender politics, not stereotypes. It's unconscious instinct to if you bend you really because she's upset. She may say, thank you, but since she feels one thing, you betray yourself. And a man who betrays himself will do it again to your kindness with or limits drains her respect. Emotions are weather. A man is climate. If the climate shifts with every raindrop, it becomes a swamp and nothing grows in a swamp except resentment your principles are your spine. Break them, and you break the structure you walk through a life with a Women expresses emotion so a man can test his strength, not abandon it. If you surrender your principle, you surrender both yourself and your city, dat je respect the man who can stand in the storm without drowning in it. The one who keeps it as center even when she doesn't like it, dat connects to such a man for emotions of ten. First aurum zekam, hor test stop. Boundaries appear. En rest tot a man who betrays his principles for a woman lasses her to chase can veers away a woman from the consequences of her own choices. A man's instinct is to rescue, to fix, to carry. You think saving makes you strong, but it's the moment you become weak when you should fear from consequences. You take your responsibility, her growth, her adulthood. She becomes dependent, childish, unstable, and lasses respect for the very man who carries her to use away her weakness and destroy her strength. A woman grows through the pain of awareness, through the reality she must face. If you remove every stone from her path, she never learns to walk on her own feet. Is a slave, and the slave is always the last to realize that she may love you care, appreciate your help, but she will never do as a man who makes your life too soft. Those need strength. Strength comes from responsibility. Responsibility comes from consequence. And you took away her consequences to exaviate her from her choices disconnects her from reality. Her life becomes a sequence of impulses without lessons. She lives through your corrections, not through her understanding, but you vow first. Because a man takes on karma that is not a jest, a real man is not a rescuer. He is a boundary. She can stand beside her, support her, comfort her, but never replace her responsibility to only be why meeting her so that and only next to such a man that she becomes stronger, instead of weak to never put her this above your mission. A woman can be beloved, important, desired, but she must never become the center of your life to she does not come to replace your pet. She comes to test it, and if you abandon your direction for her emotions, you lose yourself. And eventually short when a man abandons his mission, he becomes a shadow. A shadow can be loved there, pitched, urdaurd, but never is pitched a woman seeks a center, a force, a direction, a staurische can join, not a staurische destroyed, if you become too available, too willing, to center around for, she grows cold. Not because she is cruel, but because you lose the power that drew short a woman wants a man who is going somewhere. Not the one who paused his life for her your mission makes you visible. Uitort it, you become waiters when a man gives up his pet, he becomes a urban. First emotionally, then energetically. And you won't understand why do the feeds, but you will a man who stands in his mission becomes the sun. A woman is the moon. She reflects its light. If the sun goes dark to get closer, both go dark, we give a woman power over your self-respect. This is the quietest mistake a man makes. It feels like love, devotion, care, but it is present a woman senses instantly when you put her approval above your own. She feels when your value depends on her reaction. She feels when you build your word based on her mood. And the balance collapses a man becomes a vessel waiting to be filled, instead of a source. A woman can be a muse, a mirror, an inspiration, but never the measure of your word her emotions move, shift, swerve, that is their nature. If your ahis is built on that movement, you will fall again and again a man who depends on family approval becomes a hostage. He waits for praise, fears disapproval, bites with his tongue, shrinks himself, tries to be swifter, quieter, more agreeable but a woman does not want a son. She wants a man the more you try to be approved, the less she values you. Not because she is ungrateful, but because you stop standing on your own. A woman respects a man who respects himself, calmly, without explanations. A man who knows who he is. If she feels she is the center of your self-worth, she will test you, push, raise the bar, challenge your harness not to break you, but because she cannot hold power that doesn't belong to her, you must be the center of your value. This is your foundation, your light, your nature. A man who gives a woman power over his self-respect says both power and life. Everything that destroyed you was not external. It was your transitions, your misplaced softness, your attempt to earn what can only be radiated. You didn't lose to women. You lost to yourself. 10 comes silence. Not cold, deep. A silence where you made your own reflection again. You inhale, and for the first time in a long while you feel the weight of your ahis noise. No praving, no pleasing. From that silence, firmness is born. Not accretion, clarity. Masculine clarity that simply exists. You stop saving. You stop bending. You stop deepening. You reclaim your order, your principles, your path, your self-respect. And with that comes the return of your power, the power to be a man, not a shadow. Your energy changes. IT no longer asks, IT chooses. IT no longer clings, IT directs. IT no longer needs, IT stands. This is a new beginning. If you're ready for what comes next, say so, because the next truth will be deep, harsh, and more honest than anything before.